Honorable members, prayers. Almighty God, we humbly beseech you to look with favor upon this Parliament of the Youth Government System of the International Youth Network for UN Security Council Resolution 2250. Grant that it may perform its high duty as in the sight. Give divine guidance to the youth president and his youth ministers. Endow youth members of Parliament with discernment and vision, integrity and courage, that through the labors of this international youth network, the interests and wishes of members will be well inclusive, and thy good purposes for the common human life be realized in our midst. O God, grant us a vision of our network, fair as it might be, a network of righteousness, where none shall wrong his neighbor, a network of plenty, where evil and poverty shall be done away, a network of brotherhood, where all success shall be founded on service and honor shall be given to the deserving, a network of peace, where the youth government shall rest on the will of its members and the love for the common good. Bless the efforts of those who struggle to make this vision a living reality. Inspire and strengthen our people that they may give time, thought, and sacrifice to speed the day of the coming beauty of this youth government system, the International Youth Network, Ghana and Africa. Amen. All members will receive this. Honorable members, may I welcome you to the third sitting of the second session of the first Parliament of the Youth Government System of the International Youth Network, the UN Security Council Resolution 2250. Today's program is actually the second session of the Global Youth Assembly. However, we have been given an opportunity to hold a special sitting to receive a message from the youth president to inform us since the time he has in office and ongoing the status and his activities. And also, after his message, we will receive the youth budget stating and economic policy. Honourable members, just to break the protocol of the House, may I humbly acknowledge the presence of the Global President and all other officers seated with her. Yeah. Her Excellency, Reverend Dr. Delasi. Yeah. Welcome, and all other global officers and ambassadors. Yeah. Honourable members, seated with me at my left is the youth president of the youth government system, in the person of His Excellency, Justice Delasi, Havi. Yeah. Mr. President, on behalf of members of this House, I humbly welcome you. Yeah. And also seated by him is the youth Chief Justice of the youth government system, Mr. G. Honourable members, not to waste much time, I would like us to commence with the business of the House. May I now invite His Excellency Justice Delasi Havi, the youth president of the youth government system, to now honorably deliver his message, which will be the second of its kind since the first day 2023 and the first sitting of the first session of this House to this honorable House. Yay. Honorable members, with due respect, may I humbly call on His Excellency to deliver his message. Honourable members, another here. It is not easy to be a youth president. So, as he prepares to learn this message, I'd like us to listen attentively. And after he delivers this message, the House will accept the message and will debate it as our next sitting, which will hopefully be held online. Thank you.
The Right Honourable Speaker, the Global President of the International Youth Network, respectfully, I salute all honourable members of the House. With your kind permission, I would like to make special acknowledgement of the founder and the global president of the International Youth Network for United Nations Security Council Resolution 2250. Goodwill ambassadors, directors of various departments, committee heads, country heads, and their respective deputies, the Honourable Member Gordon Lucy, head of the West African sub-region. I humbly stand here before this Honourable House at this August occasion to address this youth government system on the state of the youth of the Republic of Ghana, more especially when I took office as the first youth president of the network. Rightly as the Honourable Speaker made mention, I took office in May 2023. I know very well that becoming the youth president of the network bestows on me an enormous responsibility to be that mouthpiece for the youth of Ghana through activism, advocacy, empowerment, development, among others. I must humbly admit that the journey has not been as easy as some may see it. It has been tough, it's been through thick and thin that we put all our efforts and energies to this. Respectfully, I would at this moment say a very big thank you to our global president, Her Excellency, Reverend Dr. Lillian Salinado, for her enormous support throughout my stay in office. A special mention to all directors, country heads, and their deputies. Not to forget the efforts and the works of our new speaker, Honourable, the Right Honourable Jones A-Viglo. I must say this young man is one of those passionate, energetic, strong and vibrant young people of our Republic, Ghana. For the past 3 years, having known him, he has committed himself to the works of youth development, youth empowerment, activism, advocacy, not only in this house, but across the length and breadth of this country. Let me also make mention of a special mention of Reverend Ambassador Raymond Annan, who, with his team, keeps supporting the youth government through the spiritual gift of prayer, sharing of the word of God, and continuous support. I say God bless all these honorable people. Time will not permit the youth president to make mention of each and every person one after the other. Let me use this video to say a very great congratulations to the Honorable Chief Justice of the Youth Government. Rightly as we know, Baron de Montesquieu, through his concept of separation of powers, made us to understand that there are three good arms of government: the executive arm, the legislature, and that of the judiciary. I am happy and glad to say that today, the youth government of the International Youth Network for United Nations Security Council's Resolution 2250 today is full and is fully complete. For the first time in the history of the network, we have the youth president in this honorable house. We have the youth chief justice of this honorable house. Honorable members, we have the youth speaker of parliament of this house. I am glad to report to this house and the youth of the Republic of Ghana that since May 2023, we did not only take the position and went to sleep, but we put in efforts to make our visibility, to make our name travel across the length and breadth of this world. On ground, on live, on air, we have put in efforts to do things that would make our organization travel everywhere. Let me seize this moment respectfully, Right Honorable Speaker, to pinpoint or itemize some of the initiatives the Youth Government Executive Branch has carried out. I am humbly glad to announce that the Youth Minister for Finance, Honorable Brother Samuel Obi, is also in the House to put to the House a budget that we believe that will help drive the youth government. Having taken over the office, we do not have a concrete source of finance to support our programs, but we have been able, through efforts and motivation, do some things that will keep the government driving. Last year, during the basic education certificate examination, myself and some other youth ministers took it upon ourselves to pay courtesy calls of visiting some of the examination centers in Greater Accra, Central Region and Eastern Region. Particular mention, Lejokuku Municipality, Ebutu Senya East, and Ebiapim North. During our engagement with the students, we shared words of inspiration and motivation with them, shared some of our life stories from our humble beginning, and gave them the assurance that yes, it is possible and everybody can become what he or she ambitions to become. Next thing that we did has to do with many levels of advocacy through social media as well as traditional media. I'm glad to announce that through our efforts as Youth Executive Branch, we have been able to build some collaborations with some media networks, especially make mention to MX24. For the honorable members who are connected to us through WhatsApp and other means, over the week, during the week, we had a discussion on MS24 where we spoke extensively about youth development and made special mention of the International Youth Network, the youth governance system, and through that means also, we extended invitation for other people to join. Today, we might not see many people join the sitting or this very special activity, but by far, through only my social media means, there is an outreach over close to 10,000 people. And so I am of the firm belief that if the people view my statuses, view my stories and updates, and show interest, which are clearly there, some of those people will be joining us after today's session. And I believe this very special program will travel far. Respectfully, Right Honorable Speaker, we have also organized capacity building and self-development sessions virtually for some young people across the country. We identified that some young people are not able to discover themselves, their capabilities and what they ambition to do. And through that means, we organized 2 different virtual seminars for some young people to participate. I must also say that we've had many community engagement through voluntary works of cleanup exercises in Ablekuma Central Municipality, Ablekuma Central Constituency. Respectfully, Right Honorable Speaker, two important activities that we've also carried out has to do with health education. We took it upon ourselves in areas around Polygono in the Abenuma South municipality to educate people, young people, on the need to stay healthy and the need for them to do continuous and frequent medical checks. Because being a physiotherapist, a professional with Polygono Teaching Hospital, there are instances we've realized that young people with ages 20, 25, 30 are facing old age diseases like stroke, diabetes, and others. So we took it upon ourselves to educate these young people. We, as youth executive arm, went to open places like demonstration to have one-on-one engagement and interaction with some of the people there to ask them of their challenges. Respectfully, I must say that we didn't go to ask them of their challenges so that we could solve it with our financial muscles, but it is good sometimes as a leader to go to the level of the people to know how they feel and give them words of assurance, even if you cannot help them come out of their challenges. Respectfully, I must say that these are few things that the youth government executive branch have been able to do. These are on-ground or physical things that we've been able to do. But there were continuous and frequent advocacy on social media, speaking to other people about the youth government initiative has been something tremendous. Humbly, to end with, I must say that the youth government, through the executive branch, have created a special branding for the youth government, in the sense that whenever young people see us in town or on internet, they whip up their interest and they have that zeal that they would love to join the youth government. And respectfully, I must report to this house that by close of August, we may have over 50 young people who have shown interest to join the youth government. Respectfully, wrapping up with my delivery of the state of the youth of the Republic of Ghana under the youth government of the International Youth Network for United Nations Security Council Resolution 2250, I must seize the opportunity, which I would admonish that the media would primarily capture and let the message travel across. Rightly, as we know, from the year 1992 up to date, Ghana became a republic in 1960, but the Fourth Republic, which you and I and other young people and everybody across the world is enjoying, started in the year 1992. Ghana is noted to be the beacon of hope for Africa, the pioneers of modern-day democracy, holding very firmly the various concepts of rule of law. Luckily and fortunately for us enough, we find ourselves in an electionary period. December 2024, all young people will decide who becomes the next president of the Republic of Ghana. The demographic data, information, and statistical information we have clearly tells us that the young people of this country forms majority of the population, and for that matter, we will decide who will be the next president. I must humbly admonish all young people across the length and breadth of the country to be very careful not to follow politicians gallantly with only selfish or parochial interest. They should not follow people that will give them all forms of assurances and incite them to participate in chaos, conflict, and violence. We must uphold our democracy and stand very firmly to build the country that we want. As I've always said, the future, as they say, belongs to the youth. It's not far from us. The old adage, the future belongs to the youth, is far outmoded and archaic. The future is here and is here with us now. Let us build our conversation, participate in all political activities with decency, decorum, peace at the back of our mind. We must at every point in time uphold and hold firmly our tenets of democracy through peaceful means of participation in politics and upholding Ghana to be the foremost thing we've always liked. Let me wrap up to say that there are only three things I know as a youth government under this youth government system. Only three things that I know, and I will admonish the Right Honorable Speaker to respectfully teach all honorable members in this House that for we are the Youth Government Executive Branch, three things we know. One, Ghana first. Two, Ghana first. Three, I will always repeat the first two. And what is the first two? Ghana first. Three things I know. One, Ghana first. Two, Ghana first. Three, I will always repeat the first two, which is Ghana first. May God bless the Youth Government Initiative. May God bless the youth government system. May God bless all youth of Ghana who are trying and pushing harder to realize their ambitions and aims of life. May God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation great and strong. I thank you so much for your attention. God bless us all.